Hey everybody, how's it going? In today's video, let's have a quick look at the only bonus series currently featured in the new season of Road Collections. Season 5, we just have this one Hyperdrive single bonus series, and that features a single car, McLaren Solus GT. So upon winning this car by grinding it out in the single car limited series, now we get to race in yet another single car bonus series, this time Hyperdrive. So anyway, yeah, so if you won this car through the limited series, you have already got enough upgrades, right? PR 70, 97.3. And that should be good enough to pretty much get you through the entire this bonus series, except for the last two tier cups, right? So you can complete 75% easily, which means there's additional 48 gold to be won. So that would be really the reason to kind of recoup some of the cost, right? And could they really not have paired this car with another one or two cars that's already in the game to make this bonus series a little bit more interesting? Apparently no. No. Will they add more cars in the future? In the past, they have added new cars to old bonus series or old road collection series. However, in recent releases, recent updates, I have not seen that. In fact, I have not seen that in a long time at this point, so my guess is unlikely, unfortunately, but you know, we'll see. Anyway, what do we have? Hyperdrive, a hypercar that, in fact, a hypercar that sets new standards in automotive excellence. So it's only one, none other. Ay, ay, ay. Single car bonus series. Not exactly my favorite, but oh well. Well, there's at least 48 additional gold that I can snatch from here. So the series is a 20 tier series, but because it's only single car bonus series, there's only one showcase tier, and obviously you have to own the car in order to unlock the showcase. So basically there's no showcase discount on this car, at least not yet. And then there are, instead of 3 time trials, there are going to be 2 time trial tiers. The one here in, which tier is this? 5, 6, 7. Tier 7 and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So kind of in thirds, I guess. Something close to a third, right? So those are the 2 time trials, and everything else, other than that tier 6 showcase tier, which always has 2 events to complete, 1 cup and 1 sort of variety event featuring a single car. But this is a single car bonus series, so everything is a showcase in a way, right? So anywho, yeah. So what do we have? Rewards. Total rewards available in this series: 82 gold and 82,000 racing dollars. As I said, 75% completion will get you 48 of those 82 gold, because the final 100% completion rewards you the remaining 34 gold. But getting there, first 25% completion, as you can see here, is 10 gold reward plus 10,000 racing dollars. And in order to get there, because there are a total of 55 events, 53 trophy events, 2 time trials, you need to complete 14 events. That means you need to get up to like tier 5, right? Because 3 times 5 is 15, so that gets you pretty close. And that requires you to complete tier 4, which means you need to complete have a PR 87.9, which is, if you don't own this car and later on if you buy this car, that is equivalent of having essentially only racing dollar upgrades only on this car, for like just under 700,000 racing dollars. But I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you probably already have won this car, and you may actually have made some progress in this series. Either that, or you might be still wondering whether it's worthwhile running through the limited series to win this car, because it is pretty pricey, right? It was like 550 was it? Gold to meet the PR requirement, somewhere around there. I'll have the link to my limited series run in the description below, so you can check out the what the limited series for this car was like, if you just want to see it. But anyway, yeah, so you can look in the description box of this video below. But anyway, so that's the 25% completion. The next tier reward, 50% completion, pays you additional 16 gold and 16,000 racing dollars. And you need to complete 28 events. So that could be 26 by that point, because you're getting up to tier 11. You can get the time trial done, because you just need to post a valid time, right? Doesn't matter what rank you end up in, as long as you keep your car on track, don't run into any walls, no off track, obviously, right? Then you will get a valid time, and that counts towards your completion. So that would mean you need PR 92.5 to acquire that additional 16 gold, the 50% completion, right? So that's 26 gold total. And the next reward tier is, of course, 75%. And you need to complete 42 events. So may as well get we're talking tier 16. So may as well get both time trials done to get, a little closer to achieving your completion. And 75% completion pays additional 22 gold and 22,000 racing dollars. So that's 10 plus 16 plus 22, you end up at 48 gold, right? And 22,000 racing dollars additional as well. So that requires PR 95.9. Number dyslexia here. 95.9. So that, you need, you can obviously get there if you already have won this car through limited series. Thus, there's additional 48 gold to be recouped, right, by running through this bonus series. And 100% completion, of course, that's pretty straightforward. All the events, all the time trials requires PR 99.5, and that pays additional 34 gold and 34,000 racing dollars, completing the total reward of 82 gold and 82,000 racing dollars. And if you're wondering, I already own this car, what if I want to 100% complete this series? How much extra do I need to spend? You basically need to, here, let's jump into the first race here. So this is how we won this car, right? 3 upgrades across the board. 21 upgrades total, right? Brings our brought the PR up to 97.3. Basically, there are 2 categories of upgrades, as per usual in a lot of the cars, right? Engine and body. Those have the 5-stage upgrades, as opposed to the other tiers, which just caps out at 4 stages. And even number upgrades, of course, even stage number upgrades being the gold upgrades, it is more beneficial to get the engine and body, simply because it unlocks additional stage of racing dollar upgrade at the end, right? So that's why you would go that route, generally speaking. So engine and body, engine will cost you additional 205 gold, and then body will cost you additional 150 gold. So thus the 355 extra gold needed to meet the PR requirement for 100% completion. So yeah, that's on track, on par with, like you spend like 350 gold and you get like 34 gold back. So that's like 10% return in your investment. If you want to think about it that way. And in terms of races themselves, the series doesn't really feature any like lengthy races. I mean, towards the later part of the here, let's unlock, and we'll go through each tier. So, tier 1, of course, no PR requirement. You got endurance at Dubai Grand Prix circuit. So, how far you go depends on your skill, right? And how far you want to go, right? Speed record at Monza, that's just going to be a quick single lap run. And the cup is going to be at Nürburgring Grand Prix for tier 1, just a single lap. So, that's, yeah, pretty quick. And yeah, we don't get like anything substantial in terms of like race length until like last quadrant of this limited series, right? Like last 3-4 tiers. Even then, you know, I feel like they're a little short, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, so like how much does a Nürburgring single lap Grand Prix Cup pays you is well, it pays you 600 fame points and 3,200 racing dollars. So not much, right? And then tier 2, we got Speed Snap at Circuit of the Americas Club Circuit, head to head at Catalunya National. And then the cup is going to be at Silverstone Grand Prix, PR 85.8 required. And it's yet another single lap cup. And yeah, if you guess, like, does it pay about the same as Nürburgring? Yeah, 600 fame points and 3,300 racing dollars. So a whole 100 racing dollars more. What can you get done with 100 racing dollars in this game? Not much. So it's practically the same number, even if you're like beginner, right? Anyway, then we got tier 3. We got elimination at Mount Panorama, autocross at the Brickyard Road Course, and the cup at the new Sebring International Raceway Grand Prix circuit. At least we get to race at a new circuit, even though it is just a 2-lap. Yeah, and PR 87 required there. And this one pays out 1,300 fame points. It's, you know, 2 laps, so, and 6,900 racing dollars. All right, that brings us to tier 4. We got speed record at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix circuit, endurance at Spa, and cup at Monza Road Course, PR 87.9. And this one is going to be another 2-lap cup, and it's not as long as Sebring, right? Monza is like about like, well, here it's 1,200 fame points for these 2 laps and pays out racing dollar wise 6,100 racing dollars, right? And then yeah, they're all very short events. Is that a good thing? I mean, I suppose if you just want to get like earn back some of the, you know, gold back that you invested in the car to win this car, perhaps the shorter events are the way to go. So I don't know, maybe that's better. I know I've been complaining about this being a grinder with a single car event, and now I'm talking about like how there are no longer races. I know, but you know what I mean. It would be nice to, if we win a car, I'd like, you know, at least there be some like, you know, proper like race that we can really, you know, spend some quality time on the track, earn that victory, you know. But anyway, I suppose the longer races are usually easier to snatch a victory than it is with a shorter race, simply because we always start at the tail end of the grid, right? If you're, you know, because we just don't have a whole lot of time. If it's a really short track and we only have a single lap, you just gotta like overtake everybody in a very short amount of time, which gets challenging, sometimes impossible. But anyway, back to the bonus series here, Hyperdrive Tier 5. We got head-to-head at Nürburgring Grand Prix, followed by Speed Snap at Laguna Seca, and the Cup for Tier 5 is going to be a Suzuka Grand Prix circuit. So these circuits all have great potential. You know, Silverstone, Monza, Sebring, Suzuka, and we get all these like single lap or 2-lap cup, unfortunately. So yeah, that's I feel like a terrible missed opportunity. Anyway, Suzuka is one of the longest like Grand Prix circuit, right? So pays out 1,300 fame points for 2 laps, 6,900 racing dollars, and that brings us to the Tier 6, the first and only showcase tier, featuring, of course, McLaren Solus GT. Although it would be funny if the showcase for the series that featuring this car had a showcase for another car. That would be the internet troll level of game development, but nah, they're not that bad. All right. Anyway, we got elimination at Daytona Motorcycle Course, so that's a timed event, and the cup will take place at Leipzig's Porsche Test Track long on-road circuit. No PR required, of course, for these showcase tiers, and it will be 3 laps, paying some 1,500 fame points, 7,800 racing dollars. Right, and the time trial, Tier 7, right? It's going to take place at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix, and looks like top time is about a minute. And if you can break the limit barrier, you will be on the first page of the global leaderboard. That is truly impressive, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. Tier 8. We got head-to-head. So another single lap, unfortunately, even though it is at the new Sebring Raceway Grand Prix circuit. Maybe we could use the other 2 track layouts as well if you're gonna just have like these like single laps, right? Anyway, then we got autocross at Dubai Grand Prix, and the cup for Tier 8 is gonna take place at Lime Rock Park Road Course, and PR requirement is 91.1, and this one's gonna be 3 laps, pays out 900 fame points and 4,500 racing dollars. So kind of dip back down in terms of how much fame we get paid for the cup race, right? Anyway, takes us to Tier 9. We got elimination as Suzuka East, speed record at Hockenheim Short, and a cup at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, PR 91.8 required. And it's gonna be, yep, you guessed it, another 3-lap cup. Pays 1,400 fame points, 7,500 racing dollars. Moving on to the next tier, Tier 10. We got endurance at Monza, and it's a road course, and autocross at Spa, and the cup at Austin's Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit, PR 92.5 required for, you guessed it, yet another 3-lap cup, but it's Circuit of the Americas. It's a proper Grand Prix circuit. So 3 laps pays 2,000 fame points, 10,600 racing dollars is the racing dollar bonus if you are keeping track of that. And next, Tier 11, we got head-to-head at Silverstone Grand Prix, Speed Snap at Dubai Grand Prix, and the Cup at Daytona Road Course. And PR requirement 93.2 for this another 3-lap Cup. Pays out 1,900 fame points, 10,500 racing dollars as rewards. All right, so yeah, so we're like in like 2,000 fame point range here for this like mid sector of this bonus series, right? And next, Tier 12, we got endurance at Suzuka Grand Prix. So can you do infinite run at Suzuka? I don't think so. There's really, you need some like part of the track that you can like just cut. And Suzuka is very just lengthy, you know what I mean? There really isn't any spot that you can cut across to benefit, to shorten your time. There are a couple of spots that I can think of, but not enough to really make the race go on forever. At least that's my guess. I haven't tried it, so anyway. Then we got Autocross at Hockenheim Grand Prix Circuit, followed by the Cup at Spa, PR 93.8 required, and now we're stepping into the 4-lap Cup territory. And it's also Spa, so that's maybe not so bad. Pays out 3,300 fame points, and 17,800 racing dollars. So it's Spa. 4 laps perhaps is good length for like tier 12 in a bonus series. All right. Speaking of long circuits, tier 13, we got a cup at Mount Panorama. But before that, we got Elimination at Laguna Seca, Speed Snap at Lime Rock Park Road Course once again, and Mount Panorama PR 94.5 required for this one. Another 4-lap cup at a rather lengthier, not as long as Spa, but still, one of the longer circuits in the game, right? Pays out 2,800 fame points and 15,200 racing dollars. So, all right, and that brings us to the second time trial tier 14. And this one is going to be a circuit, the Catalunya circuit, Barcelona, the national circuit layout. And looks like top time, 43 seconds, 42 seconds. That's what it'll get you on the front page. Catalunya National is a fun circuit. That's a very fast layout, at least in my opinion. Without being, it's somewhat predictable, right? I mean, that's sort of I guess what people complain about Catalunya is it's predictable. It's, but it's a good circuit to kind of really like clean your driving, I think. Anyway, tier 15, Autocross at Nürburgring Grand Prix, head-to-head at Porsche Test Track, another long on-road circuit, single-lapper event, and then Cup at Hockenheim Grand Prix. Of course, Hockenheim, not as long as some other Grand Prix circuits. PR 95.9 required, and for those 4 laps, you will get 2,400 fame points and 13,000 racing dollars. And moving on, tier 16. All right, we got Endurance at Silverstone National, speed record at Daytona Motorcycle Course, and the cup is going to be at Melbourne, PR 96.5 required, and the street circuit gets a little messy, right? Just 4 laps, so not going to pay out a whole lot. 1,500 fame points, 8,300 racing dollars. So we're kind of dipping down again, right? Then that brings us to the next tier, tier 17. And this tier is probably, I believe, the last tier you're going to be able to complete with the limited series PR. As you can see, it's got the PR requirement of 97.2, right? So next year it gets bumped up to 98. So if you want to continue further, you have to put extra upgrades on. So, which my suggestions always wait for upgrade discount. Save a few buck here and there. So anyway, because that's gonna happen. Anyway, tier 17, we got Speed Snap at Suzuka Grand Prix, head-to-head at Lime Rock Park, yet another road course run, and the Cup at Dubai Grand Prix, which also is not as long as some other Grand Prix circuits, but At least we're getting 5 laps here. And it will pay 3,500 fame points. So that is the like highest payout that we got in this entire series so far, right? Like Spa came pretty close. That paid 3,300 fame points. But that was the up till this point only cup that paid more than 3,000 fame points, which I mean isn't exactly that much. Especially if you compare to some other like payout from exclusive series fame points where we have some longer races. So yeah, it's it is, as they say, it is what it is, right? But yeah, I think this is the highest paying race in the entire bonus series, the 5 laps at Dubai Grand Prix, which is kind of saying a lot. Anyway, that gets us to the final 3 tiers of the bonus series, where we got autocross at Mount Panorama, speed record at Circuit of the Americas National Circuit, and the Cup at Catalunya Grand Prix PR 98, which obviously I do not have, so you would have to spend some extra to get past this point. And yes, it's a 5-lap cup. However, Catalunya doesn't pay as much as Dubai, apparently. Is Catalunya really shorter than Dubai? It must be, because the fame point payout is just, a couple of hundred less. So this one pays 3,300 fame points for these 5 laps, and then 17,900 racing dollars. So, but of course, you would need to put that extra upgrades on. So the final 3 tiers of this bonus series, you need extra upgrades. So anyway, tier 19, the penultimate tier. I mean, you could probably unlock all these tiers by the time you go through all the, like, you go through the showcase, right? Because then we get couple of extra events that we get to push towards the event completion. But anyway, so the tier 19, we got Speed Snap at Daytona Road Course, a drag race. I believe this is the only drag race in this bonus series, which is fine. Less is better in my book in terms of drag race. It's going to take place at Porsche Test Track, long on-road circuit. And then that'll take us to the Cup at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix Circuit, PR 98.7 required, and it is Red Bull Ring, so not as lengthy, even though it's 6 laps. So this one will pay out 3,400 fame points. Yes, it is the second highest paying out race in this bonus series. So yeah, that is something. And racing dollars wise, if you're keeping track, 18,500 racing dollars. Anyway, that brings us to the final tier, tier 20. Yeah, so we got another endurance, this one at the Sebring International Raceway, another Grand Prix circuit layout. So that would be the race that I'd be most interested in this bonus series, actually, just to, get more than a lap at Sebring. Kind of learn the circuit better, right? And then we got elimination at Lime Rock Park West Circuit. And the final cup is going to take place at under the California sun, Laguna Seca, right? PR 99.5 required, which if you want to get there, you're going to have to spend another 355 gold, or total of 875 gold to unlock this, right? And it's going to be a 6-lap cup, and it'll pay out 3,200 fame points and 17,500 racing dollars. So there you have it. All right, so that'll do it for this overview of this brand new limited series featuring the brand new McLaren Solus GT. So thanks for sticking around till the end, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care.